What's happening? YouTube, Facebook. Good Friday evening. It is Friday evening. It is Friday morning. Look at me getting it mixed up. Well, TGIF. Thank God it is Friday. I am Kendrick, the sports guy with TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SPORTZHUSTLE. And we are talking, guess what? Day 2 of March Madness. How's your brackets looking? We're going to get into that here in just a second. Hold on just a second. I'm making sure I'm going to share this so we can get this party started. Sharing this. Okay. All right. But anyway, I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good Friday evening to Friday morning. I'm sorry. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. It is the weekend, baby. And we got some college basketball going on. We got the men's NCAA tournament started yesterday. The women's NCAA tournament, it's tipped off already. Matter of fact, North Carolina women are playing right now on ESPN2. But we're talking NCAA again. Men's tournament got busy yesterday, and we had some upsets, quite a few. And but we're gonna talk about brackets first. Let me ask you: are you ready to do your brackets like this? Just ball it up, and throw it away. Well, it's quite a few can say they can do that, but just not quite. Don't get just wait a minute. If you still got your number one seeds alive, then you're technically not out of it. Now you may not get the number of points that you need, but you are not out of it. Again, I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Make sure you come in, like this live. Make sure you share it as well, and subscribe to the channel. Again, that's TFG Sports Media here on YouTube, and follow it on Facebook, and subscribe to Kendrick Sports Hustle, SPORTZHUSTLE on YouTube, as well as follow it on Facebook. Now we got the first men game for Friday is about to tip off at 11:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, and that is going to be on CBS. And I got the games that are happening today in the ticker right there, so you can try to catch your games because they're going to be all over the place. They're on CBS, True TV, TNT, and TBS. And it's also being streamed. The CBS games are being streamed to Paramount Plus, so you can catch them there. And the TNT, TBS, and True TV games, they are being streamed to Max if you have that app. So you can catch your games on the go. If you're at work, on your lunch break, you can just pull it up on your app, either Paramount Plus, you can catch out the CBS games, or on the Max app, you can catch the TNT, True TV, and TBS games. So again, we in day 2, and it is I guess it goes it's going like we would thought. But the number 11 seeds, they are showing out. 3 number 11 seeds upset 6 seeds on yesterday. We had the number 11 seed Duquesne upset BYU 71-67 in the East region. We had the number 11 Oregon Ducks upset the number 6 seed South Carolina Gamecocks 87-73 in the Midwest region. And we had the number 11 NC State Wolfpack. And I was talking to a buddy of mine. They may be the hottest team in the tournament right now because they have not lost in about 6 or 7 games. But they defeated number 6 seeded Texas Tech 80-67 in the South region. So those 3 number 11 seeds pulled off the upset on yesterday. Now, will that continue on today? Keep your eye on the number 11 seeds and see what they do today. But the biggest upset yesterday was number 14 seed Oakland taking down number 3 seed Kentucky 80-76 in the South region. And head coach John Calipari would speak in his post-game presser and basically say, I may have to rethink some things or retool some things when it comes to recruiting. Because if you're not aware, Kentucky, they recruit some of the top, 4 and 5-star basketball players in the nation. But a lot of those guys, a lot of those young fellas don't stay but 1 year, maybe 2. So he actually, his roster, he has 15 spots. 8 of them were freshmen, 3 of them were sophomores. Excuse me, according to what I read. So again, Kentucky, the highest seeded team, knocked out already on Thursday. Matter of fact, Kentucky under Calipari they've been 1-5 in the first round since 20. I think it says 2021. They're 1-5, something like that. Maybe 2020. I may be mixed. Well, 2020 there wasn't a tournament because of the pandemic, so you can't even put that in there. But yeah, Kentucky is they got to retool and figure out rethink. At least Coach Calipari was saying how they're going to recruit from here on out. So those were the big upsets that happened yesterday. Again, Kentucky being taken down by number 14 seed Oakland, and that guard they had for Oakland, I can't recall his name. He was on fire. You feel me? You hear me? If you missed that game, this young fella was on fire for Oakland. He ended up hitting 10 threes total for the whole game, but he was doing his thing, and that's what you're gonna find in tournaments like in the NCAA. You're gonna find these players that you may not have ever heard of, these schools that you may not have ever heard of, and someone's gonna have an outstanding performance, and they're gonna put on a show. Matter of fact, it was another player for Oregon that put 40 on South Carolina. I can't remember his name, but he put 40 on them, and the funny thing about that is he transferred from South Carolina to Oregon. That's right. So he got a little revenge on his former team. But I was reading the soundbite from the young fella. He said he's still in contact with his former teammates at South Carolina. It was no love lost. He said, it just felt good to go out there and perform. So again, we had a guy again from Oregon that put 40 up yesterday, young fella. So you're gonna see those type of performances in the tournament, and you're gonna see some more upsets. Again, we've got the Fridays games that's happening. There's going to be tipping off at 11:15. The first game will be on CBS. I believe it's Northwestern is going to be that first game that tips off at 11:15 a.m. Matter of fact, it is number 9 Northwestern versus number 8 Florida Atlantic. Now, that 9 and 8 seed matchup, it's a toss-up. I think you can flip a coin, and because those teams are closely matched. We saw that yesterday. Mississippi State, Michigan State, they were the 9 and 8 seeds. Michigan State got the victory over Mississippi State. We got Purdue, one of the number 1 seeds. They in action today. They're taking on Grambling State, the number 16 seed. Now, if you don't remember, Purdue was upset in the first round this last year, and they were the number 1 seed by a number 16 seed last year. So will we see a repeat? I don't know. But again, anything can happen in this tournament because it is wide open. I don't think there's no clear-cut great team far as over the other ones. I mean, probably UConn. And UConn is the overall number 1 seeded team. They seeded number 1, and they're the number 1 overall in the tournament. So I just think that's going to be, keep an eye on that Purdue Grambling State game. That could get interesting. We got number 16 seed Longwood versus number 1 seed Houston Cougars. I left off the seeding on the ticker. But yeah, so that's another one. I think Houston is going to be all right. I don't see Longwood being much of a threat, but 16 seeds the last couple of years, they have pulled up some upsets in this men tournament. So there's some games you got to keep your eye on. The number 3 seed Baylor versus number 14 Colgate. That might be a game that be drawing some interest. Also, number 2 seeded Marquette out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, my hometown, my born city. They're taking on number 15 seeded Western Kentucky. So and number 3 Baylor, again, I said they got Colgate. UAB, number 12 seed, is taking on San Diego State. And so, yeah, we got some good ones coming up today. Later on tonight, then the coverage is going to shift. Your late games are going to be on I believe, True TV and TNT. So we'll see what happens with that. Another game to keep your eye on. Number 13 seeded Yale versus number 4 Auburn. I said this. I think a double-digit seed can make it to the Final Four. Number 9 seed Texas A&M versus number 8 seed Nebraska. Again, that's a coin flip. I think you flip the coin. Either one of those teams can win that game. So again, NCAA tournament has been going. It started off with a bang. And let's talk about your brackets again. I had balled the bracket up. And if your bracket is busted, you're not alone because there are not many perfect brackets left. Matter of fact, according to a report I read, ESPN is reporting only having 1,825 brackets still perfect after day one. Yap, who is reporting only 16 perfect brackets uh, remain perfect after day one. And the NCAA tournament brackets, they said that only 0.00038% of the men's bracket is still perfect. And guess who has a perfect bracket? That's still as far as that's playing the NCAA's bracket. Atlanta Falcons running back Bijan Robinson. He still has a perfect bracket. He was 16 of 16 on yesterday. And so that's interesting. He has a perfect bracket. And oh, by the way, I have a couple of brackets that I filled out on ESPN Tournament Challenge. And on one of my brackets, I only missed one game yesterday. I was almost perfect on one of my brackets. I picked 15 of the 16 games on yesterday correct. So one of my brackets is still good to go. The other two, not so much. so we'll see what, because I filled out 3 on ESPN. And but one of them, I was 15 to 16 on my picks yesterday. So we'll see how day 2 fares. Again, I expect some upsets. I wouldn't be surprised if we have some more double-digit seeds beating single seeds, higher seeded teams. So expect some upsets again today. Now, again, as I said a while ago, the women's NCAA tournament is going on. It started today as well. ESPN is carrying the women's tournament. And North Carolina women are already tipped off on ESPN too. Now, the women's tournament, who I'm looking forward to see, I'm looking forward to watching USC and that fabulous freshman they got, Juju Watkins. But I'm gonna have to wait. If you're looking forward to watching the women's tournament or watching USC, they don't play until 3:00 p.m. on tomorrow. But we got the number 1 seed, South Carolina. Lady Gamecocks, led by Dawn Staley. They play tonight. We also have the Texas ladies, who the number 1 seed as well. Texas Lady Longhorns, they play tonight as well. And Iowa, I believe, with Caitlin Clark, they also play tonight, I think. I could be wrong. Iowa may play tomorrow, but I do know USC plays tomorrow. And I knew though South Carolina, they play tonight. So the number 1 seeds over there on the women's side, again, their tournament is on ESPN, ESPN2. Their Final Four will be in Cleveland, Ohio, April 6th and the 8th. I believe, yes. And the men's tournament, the Final Four that is, they will be in Glendale, Arizona, April 5th and 7th. So no, I reversed it. I got it reversed, I believe. So there you have it. Again, this is your NCAA tournament update, the upsets from yesterday. Again, if you missed it, if you didn't check it out, number 14 seed Oakland defeated the number 3 seed Kentucky Wildcats 80-76 on yesterday in the South region. Number 11 Duquesne defeated number 6 BYU 71-67 in the East region. The number 11 Oregon Ducks took down the number 6 South Carolina Gamecocks 87-73 in the Midwest. And the number 11 seed North Carolina State Wolfpack took down number 6 Texas Tech 80-67 in the South. So again, we got about 15 minutes before the first game on CBS tip-off. It's too late to fill out brackets if you're trying to do it. You had to have it in yesterday. But I'd like to know what your bracket's looking like in the comments. If you check this out later, make sure you let me know who you got picked for your Final Four. I'd like to know that as well on both sides, on the men and women's side. Because like I said yesterday, I'm probably a little bit more looking forward to watching the women's tournament, especially USC and South Carolina and LSU and Iowa and Stanford and and even the Tennessee ladies, just to see what they got. So, but I'm gonna definitely be keeping my eye out on the men's tournament. You got to see my men college team. I like North Carolina Tar Heels. By the way, it's got a big matchup tomorrow. North Carolina and Michigan State. Number 1 seed North Carolina, number 9 seed Michigan State. that's a big game that happens tomorrow. So I didn't get the time on it, but that's going to be one of the bigger matchups, especially coming early on in this NCAA men tournament. So again, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. Make sure you like this, you share it, subscribe to the channel. That's TFG Sports Media on YouTube, as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle, SPORTZHUSTLE. Again, make sure you comment. Let me know who you got in your Final Four. And make sure you keep it locked here for all your sports info and entertainment and updates to the NCAA tournament. Because if there's any upsets, any big upsets, if any of the big number ones go down, keep it locked here. I'll probably go live, let you fill you in on what's happening, or if something else major breaks, I'll do that as well. So again, I'm Kendrick the Sports Guy. You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. Get ready to watch some college basketball. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.